Do I have ancestors who were from the Arawak people? It's possible. Let's see what's going on here. So I received an email from West Indian Michaela 8570. So thank you so much for watching and leaving this comment. You said for your kinfolk with those places of your ancestry, those findings in the Americas are normal, and it is a part of your ancestry, not necessarily via the slave trade. South America with West Indian ancestry would be indicative of Arawak ancestry. The Arawak are originally from South America. So, ancestry indicating Arawak DNA. Let's check out what the good old folks over at ChatGPT have to say about it.
Ancestry indicating Arawak DNA is typically linked to regions where the Arawak people historically lived. Here are some key areas. 1. Caribbean islands. The Arawak, particularly the Taino subgroup, were prominent in the Greater Antilles, including Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, modern-day Dominican Republic, and Haiti, Cuba, Jamaica, Bahamas. 2. Northern South America. The Arawak people also inhabited parts of northern South America such as Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, French Guiana. 3. Lesser Antilles. Some Arawak groups migrated through the Lesser Antilles, including islands like Trinidad, Barbados, St. Lucia. If someone has ancestry from these regions, it could indicate a connection to the Arawak people. Genetic studies have shown that modern populations in these areas often carry traces of Arawak DNA. The Arawak are a group of indigenous peoples of northern South America and of the Caribbean. Specifically, the term Arawak has been applied at various times from the Licano of South America to the Taino, who lived in the Greater Antilles and northern Lesser Antilles in the Caribbean. All these groups spoke related Arawakan languages. The Arawakan languages may have emerged in the Orinoco River Valley in present-day Venezuela. They subsequently spread widely, becoming by far the most extensive language family in South America at the time of European contact, with speakers located in various areas along the Orinoco and Amazonian rivers and their tributaries. The group that self-identified as the Arawak, also known as the Licano, settled the coastal areas of what is now Guyana, Suriname, Grenada, Bahamas, Jamaica, and parts of the islands of Trinidad and Tobago. With the modern invention of DNA testing, many scientists came into shock and realization that the Taino did in fact not go extinct in the late 1700s. They found many communities and individuals around the islands having a substantial amount of Taino DNA in this modern time, particularly in rural areas, such as campas, meaning small villages, towns in the countryside.
Now let's take a look at one of my previous videos about ancestry in the Americas, showing the entire population and the value. And what's interesting is they show that there's an ancient island, Chumash, I guess I'm saying that right, California, USA. They've also detected Siberian. I've talked about that in a different video. They also show that there is some ancestry in Peru, Venezuela, and Mexico. As discussed in a previous video, I do have some traces of native ancestry in the Americas. So here on your DNA portal, I'll just show you some of the screen grabs that I obtained. Is a quick breakdown. 75.5% West African was my result. I'll show you a little bit more specific as we go through. They also said the countries of ancestry include Bahamas, United Kingdom, and Jamaica. And it says my mother's line was likely in Eastern Africa. And they also give you readings for Neanderthal ancestry, which is interesting. And then extended DNA family is shown at the time that I took these screenshots. That's how many family members I had, and that's constantly being updated. Of course, here's a little shot from the website. This is your ancestry composition help. So if you ever needed to know exactly what the breakdowns mean, you can find that on the 23andMe site. They show also a percentage of Central and South African, as well as the rest West African. There's some European ancestry, as well as East Asian and some Native American. So those results were really interesting. Now they're showing you here the ancestry composition, and of course they have a map view, they have a split view, a chromosome view, there's a sub-regional resolution, regional resolution, and a global. You also have speculative, standard, and conservative, and these are all things you'll definitely look more into when you receive your results. Here is a screen showing my L2D maternal haplogroup. So because I'm female, I was able to trace mostly my mother's side, but it also gives you some results of your paternal side as well. Of course, here is more of the West African breakdown by tribal groups, or just ethnic groups, I guess you can say. It's just giving you examples of where they pulled some of their DNA from. And also the Central and South African portions were also very interesting to me. So, of course, you can get your raw DNA and take it to another company to get more specific markers if you want to, or specific information for African Americans, I should say. Here you're seeing the maternal haplogroup L2D. It's basically a chat feature that they have. So you can go on there and ask specific questions about your maternal haplogroup or paternal. Also, here are the family matches. I think I have both sides marked, so it shows both maternal and paternal sides result family matches. And then here we have a screen grab of one of my old family tree DNA results before it changed to what it is now. And as you see, they highlighted South American ancestry. What's interesting is that with the latest results in calculators, we see that they are showing more trace ancestry in the Americas. So as we've reviewed, it goes all the way from the west coast of the United States on down through Mexico, Panama, down to South America, Guyana, Grenada, Venezuela, Peru, just all throughout that area. Of course, I also have ancestry in the Bahamas, and then you have some Dominican Republic showing up. So that whole area is starting to ping ancestry. So my job here is to figure out which ancestors are coming out of that area. Was it through the slave trade, or is it just native DNA? You know, it's just possibly just native ancestry that I have because of people from the area being, I guess, introduced into my bloodline at some point. Here we have the breakdown of the various groups of Native peoples in the different countries. This is just a short list. For an exhaustive list, of course, you can search the internet, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys an idea of the Native groups that are found there. You can pause to read. But yeah, I think it's really interesting that now I'm starting to see more trace ancestry showing the Native American groups specific to the Americas, including South America. I remember a long time ago I did see that on Family Tree DNA as one of my results between my test, my aunt's test, my mom's test, and then it just fell off again. So every time they do recombination, recalculation of our results, we're due to see something different. Not always, but some of those smaller ethnicities that show up tend to go on and off reports as the years go by. But let me know what you guys think. How did this ancestry get introduced into my family line? Do you think it's from the exploration in the 1500s? Was it the slave trade? Is it just through natives just being there, and at some point down the line, even up to the 7th or 8th ancestor, that someone just happened to, marry into the family or have children with someone of African descent? It could be a host of possibilities, but let me know what you guys think. I'm looking forward to hearing your experiences. Do you also have ancestry in the Americas? Do you have a story behind how that ancestry was introduced into your DNA? Please make sure to comment any other thoughts that you have. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to share this video, and please make sure to subscribe. Once again, this is Erica. Thank you so much for your continued support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.